For the next 24 hours, I am going to be only vlogging with the GoPro HERO11. Now, it's not just going to be any regular old vlog. We're going to have a few rules and a few challenges along the way. Rule number 1, in this entire 24-hour period, I have to use every GoPro mount that I own. Rule number 2, I have to use every single feature available on the GoPro HERO11. Rule number 3, be creative. And rule number 4, I have to do something that I have never seen done before with a GoPro. So last night it rained a ton, like 4 inches or something. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of fallen trees today. So the last time that I went out into the woods and made videos, I wanted to get a lot of creek footage, but the problem was, because of lack of rain, we didn't have any water. The creeks were dry. But I've just walked outside. I've been outside for like 5 minutes. You can hear how loud the creek is already. Sure enough, we have water. So during that slow-mo shot, the GoPro actually overheated and turned off, which I think is the first time it's actually done that. The creek gets really quiet up here, or down here, I guess. It got really, really quiet because it's not as heavy of a flow. I mentioned earlier how it rained a ton last night, and as a result of a heavy rain, this tends to get really flooded. It'll run from up there in that field all the way down, and since there's terrible drainage through here, it'll end up going all the way up the road. And with all of that said, usually my little bitty car has a hard time getting out. This building right here behind me used to be a huddle house. It's not anymore. So I've parked up here, and the plan is to shoot a time lapse of that skyline. Spend my entire life savings on camera gear, dude. I won't, but I could. Okay, I was good, and I didn't actually end up getting any GoPro gear. As much as I wanted to, I did. But what I did get is a pack of donuts. Why, you may ask? Because I can. So we've got about 18 hours left to get all the GoPro shots that I need to get. And where I was set up earlier was a pretty good vantage point as far as getting a time lapse. I want to find an even better spot for the vehicle lights feature. I might use that spot that I was at, but I might probably try and find an even better location. Here's the thing. Sunset is at 8:10 p.m. tonight. So I've basically got an hour and a half until sunset. And here's another thing. I think I mentioned earlier about how it was supposed to storm tonight. Judging by this, it doesn't appear that it's gonna be starting anytime soon, which is good. It'll be 1 a.m. before it starts, and I'll be asleep by then. But that poses an issue and a problem because I can't get SAR trails that I'm aware of while it's storming. The storm is gonna cause some trouble, I think. but I think I can get around it. I think I can make it work. It is about 8:40 p.m. My batteries are charged up and it's time to go shoot. So I'm uphill of an intersection that has relatively busy car traffic at this time. I think this is going to be a really good shot. So I've got an idea. I'm gonna use the mount on the side of my hood because it kind of, there's a pole I'm right behind, but I should be really good as far as, yeah, let's do that. You'll see, trust. Yesterday when I bought these donuts, it was impulsive and it kind of just was for no reason. But it's actually proven to come in clutch because it's 10 a.m. right now. The challenge ends at noon. Pretty much all I have to do now is get a GoPro shot that I have never seen before. But this, I think, is going to be the hardest part of this challenge, is finding out something that I can do with my means that I've never seen done before with a GoPro HERO11. It's about 10:20 a.m. Got about an hour and a half-ish. Using this funky ball swivelly type of mount is, I think, the last mount that I have to use. I have to double check my bag. That's what we're working with right now. See how it's up higher today. We're doing an impromptu GoPro mount creation. We're making a GoPro mount out of nowhere. I just had an idea. Hopefully this doesn't tear up the GoPro. This might prove to be a terrible mistake, but hey, we're going. We have less than an hour left until the 24 hours is up, and I still have not found the shot that I have never seen before. Unless I've already made it by accident. So, it is 12:15 p.m. We have officially been vlogging with only the GoPro for 24 hours. So obviously I had some goals set to achieve within this 24-hour period. I used every single mount that I have. Some were harder than others because a lot of them do the same things, but it's about being creative and figuring out ways to use these particular mounts and make it different. I also used every single feature on the GoPro HERO11. except for one. I didn't get to use star trails, which is really disappointing because I wanted to do it overnight. Problem was, it was cloudy and stormy all night, so you couldn't see any stars at all. But other than that, to my knowledge, I used every single feature. And another one of the rules for the challenge was I had to be creative. And I think, to the best of my knowledge, I've done that. I think I've been really creative. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. And finally, one of the goals was to come up with a shot that I've never seen before with a GoPro. And there's several that I did throughout this video that I personally have never seen before. However, that doesn't mean that shot doesn't exist. Because when it comes to being perfectly original, making something that nobody has ever seen before, nowadays, it's extremely hard because of all the access that everyone has. Everyone has access to the same cameras, to the same equipment, to the same skills, essentially. But something that people don't always have access to is creative ideas. Everyone in the whole entire world has their own unique creative ideas. The tricky part comes in where you try to come up with something completely original. You know, you can watch YouTube all day long. You could look at a bunch of different creative GoPro shots that people get, but it's really hard, borderline impossible, to get something that you know without a shadow of a doubt that is completely 100% new. So did I fail the challenge? I don't think so. And let me tell you why. Maybe I didn't get something original. Maybe I did not get a shot that was 100% unique that nobody's ever seen before. But what I did do is step out of my comfort zone. For lack of a better term, it forced me to be more creative. It forced me to take this little camera right here and do things with it that I've never done before. Maybe they exist on the internet, I don't know. But I've never done it before. There's a lot of things that I haven't done. And it really challenged my creative vision, and it really challenged what my limits are. It challenged what I can do and what shots I can get. So for all the creative people out there, do something that pushes your creative limit. Because with this experiment and what I've learned is that there's a lot more that I can do cinematically to improve my videos just by spending an extra few seconds to come up with a more creative and effective angle. Because in this life, in general, and as a creative person, there are so many things that we have yet to discover that are completely discoverable if we just slightly change our perspective.